Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Global Speedrun Association. My name is Dangers, joined today on the mic today with Scotch and Ty Guy. How's it going?
Doing well. Stoked about this race. We got Mitch SMO versus MiiWii. Two very, very good runners. Two individuals that well known in this community. MiiWii, a little bit of a rocky start to this season, but looking forward to some good racing. League standings there, right there in front of you. Mitch with one win, and MiiWii there at the bottom, 0-1, unfortunately. But anything can happen.
Both of these guys are newcomers to the league. We haven't seen either of these last season. And, kind of a stark contrast between the two runners. We have Mitch, who is the current world record holder of Super Mario Odyssey's any percent. Lots of kind of hope riding on his shoulders. And MiiWii kind of squeezing himself into the league in the last second in the qualifiers, and maybe a bit of an underdog when it comes to this season. So it should be an interesting matchup here. We should see. Let's see how it goes. And just so you guys know, this match, just like a lot of the other ones, is going to be pre-recorded sometime in the beginning of the week or during the week, kind of leading up to the Mondays. Mondays is officially Super Mario Odyssey Day, so if you want to catch the races for Super Mario Odyssey, Monday is the day to do it. These guys obviously maybe not able to record their match exactly on the day of, so this one has been pre-recorded. The runners themselves might not be able to participate in active chat or anything like that, but we are here live seeing it for the first time, as well as all the other races today. So keep that in mind as we go forward here. And right out of the gate, we already see Mitch with a pretty demanding lead in the Cap Kingdom. He's got into the Frog Room about 2 seconds of a lead already over MiiWii here.
Yeah, just better movement overall so far, cleaner. Just vectoring here with the frog. Now we're going to be moving left side. Important to get this movement correct. Mitch, good job. MiiWii falling as well. Nice little up throw as well. They're going to take out Topper. Getting out of there around 2:02 on Mitch's side, around 2:07 on MiiWii's side. So about 5-second difference to start.
Interesting thing to note here also, I believe this is the first time we're seeing both of these runners on face cam, which is a very nice little addition to the league as of this season. So seeing Mitch for the first time, seeing MiiWii also for the first time. Yeah, these guys gearing up, ready to go, primed, and yeah, it does look like Mitch has a bit of a commanding lead coming out of Cascade, or coming out of Cap Kingdom, first to capture. Now, the part I like the most about these gamer cams is some of the reactions that you can get out of them. Oh, speaking of, oh my goodness, here we go.
The dab. The dab is very real. Yeah, these face cams are awesome. It helps get into the mindset of where the runner is at, and knowing how they're actually feeling in the moment.
Oh, certainly.
I mean, you saw it big time in the Super Mario Maker 2 races yesterday. So very, very cool, these face cams.
Absolutely, tensions are high. The stakes are high. And just seeing these runners kind of react in the moment is a really cool thing. Something that we got to familiarize ourselves with at PACE 2019, seeing the runners' reactions live happen on stage. That it really does go to show just kind of like what goes through the runners' heads and who has like the most composure and who you know, who keeps it together better, and it's just a very fascinating element. I'm glad that we've incorporated that into this season.
Finish up Madame Brutal there. Mitch doing a good job. MiiWii going to be wanting to finish up right here. And he does.
Yep, Mitch holding on to that 5-ish second lead here.
Well, the first major kind of movement in Cascade here is that choice whether or not they're going to do chest clip. MiiWii.
Oh my goodness.
He's going all out.
MiiWii's putting on a show for you guys. He has got the moves down. He's showing you the dab. He's showing you the whip. Maybe we'll see some nay-nay. Who knows, dudes?
Well, Mitch going for that chest clip. Getting it. Very nice. MiiWii choosing to just go over to that plateau over there. Getting a little body there by the chain chomp, though.
Yeah, just a little time loss. Luckily, going through the Odyssey is going to re-heal before Sand Kingdom. And we see MiiWii standing up here for another performance. I'm a bit interested to see what we've got going on here.
What are we going to get here?
Oh, the headphones are coming off.
Oh, man.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hold up.
Oh, he's got the Cappy. Oh. Oh, wow. Disrespecting Cappy live on camera. I can't believe this.
The disrespect is real.
All right, he's re-entered gamer mode. He's got the headphones back on. Mitch, meanwhile, maintaining most composure. I'm not sure if these guys were in on each other's streams while this was happening, so it's not entirely sure whether or not Mitch knows the antics of MiiWii during this race, but I can imagine he's having a hoot, just paying attention and maybe listening in. I know some of the racers have actually engaged in some VCs while the race is going on in order to kind of, you know, enliven the experience even further. But yeah, Mitch maintaining composure. Hasn't really made any slips yet.
Yeah, gonna be working on DSTA here. Throwing that nut there into the pot. Gonna head into this pipe as soon as he pops out. That plant will be grown pretty free moon.
Great movement from MiiWii here too. Really keeping the pace very well. Mitch having a little bit of trouble with that seed there, grabbing the moon, but is able to make it out just fine there. And yeah, DSTA, obviously, if you guys don't know what that is all about, that's why they're setting their timer to a specific date and time at the beginning of the race, just to set up this particular trick. This seed is supposed to take 20 real-time minutes to grow, but by doing this manipulation, it grows immediately after we enter the sub area.
It's really neat, you know, a lot of stuff that has been discovered with 1.3, but that's a trick that is even doable in 1.0.
It was always available to us.
We just always,
never thought to do it, which is kind of funny.
Nice movement there, heading up top there. Mitch holding that lead. MiiWii gonna be heading over, doing that same kind of icicle movement. And Mitch working on this dram now.
Throwing up Cappy in the air, and you might be able to see it, shaking his controller right at the moment that he's about to grab the moon, and that initiates a like a cap throw homing in mechanism, which allows us to grab this moon from inside the alcove. You can see MiiWii actually hit the edge of the wall there as he was diving into the alcove, which means he's not going to be getting his timing. He's going to have to climb up the icicle manually here, losing probably about 10 seconds from this movement. So Mitch, you know, keeping it clean, keeping it nice and fresh, and the Sand Kingdom treating him pretty good so far still.
Yeah, he has been on a roll. No mistakes here in Sand. Just needs to work on this movement right here.
Oh no, and MiiWii going for that lone pillar moon and actually not making the distance. So he's going to have to back this up somehow. going over instead to the Shifting Sands room. Yeah, that is a tragic mistake to make. Bonking against the pillar, so this backup Moon here, just hiding underneath the Shifting Sands, obviously going to be losing him quite a bit of time. He's going to come out of this pipe and on his way to the rest of the kingdom, but man, that is a rough thing to see.
Well,
And,
it's tough. I think he actually made that exact mistake in his first race. So obviously it's something, you know, that's been consistently a problem for him.
yeah, something he's going to want to try and work on in the upcoming races in this league. But he's getting Jaxie skip fine here. Mitch, meanwhile, gathering his notes, Moon, and he's on his way back to the Odyssey already. Globing at a time of 9:52, which is absolutely phenomenal pace still. We're looking at a 1x sand exit, which is absolutely nuts. And not just any 1x. We're looking at like a 16, maybe a low 17, so... This is not only sub-hour pace, this is like very, very low 59 pace still, so... Good stuff from Mitch. MiiWii, meanwhile, doing the notes for himself. Just got to do that spin throw. Gonna have to go for the double there. Not a big deal. And then on his way to Lake Kingdom as well. Now, interesting to see if MiiWii is going to go for the lake clip. I did not see his first race. I was not familiar with whether or not he attempted it. But could save himself a little bit of time here if he's able to manage it fast and Mitch makes some mistakes.
Smashing the bruh button right there. And Mitch setting up for this lake clip. Gets it first try.
Beauty.
Yeah, that'll save him plenty of time while he maintains this really kind of beautiful pace.
I'm a particularly big fan of Mitch's shirt. He is the embodiment of chill right now.
Totally agree. You know, it's kind of contrast there, you know, MiiWii with the antics, but Mitch just kind of doing his thing, not moving, staying focused. See if MiiWii decides to go for this late clip. He will.
Setting it up. In that spot, yeah, it looked like he was going to fake clip with his first setup, but this looks okay. Yep. Getting the ground pound out of bounds, getting the wall jump just fine, the up throw, and he's going to be managing late clip here. So it took him a couple tries, but he did make it through decently well. Having a little trouble finding the chest inside the water. But he'll be back up in no time.
And Mitch almost sub, I mean, that's almost sub 13 out of lake.
Oh yeah, extremely close to that.
Wow.
It doesn't get a whole lot better than this. 13:02 leaving Lake Kingdom, maybe just barely a 10 or a 13:03. This pace is absolutely phenomenal from Mitch so far. See if he can kind of hold it together. And, you know, this is by far still on world record pace for a race. So as long as he keeps this up, you know, we could be witnessing something here. Meanwhile, MiiWii making his way through the last of Lake Kingdom, just inside this little secret room here with the nice little mermaid lady. giving us our final moon before moving on to Wooded Kingdom, where Mitch is already making his way, got the first 2 moons. Talking to the shopkeeper here. Now, important that when you start out this game, to always kind of be watching your coin counter. You know, you need 100 coins by the time we get to this position, because 100 coins is how much a moon costs from this shopkeeper. And this moon is unfortunately fast, so you have to kind of be watching. Oh, Mitch actually making probably the first slip, and it really wasn't that bad at all, considering. Just not able to get up the waterfall wall there as fast as he possibly could have, but the backup is insane. This guy is on fire.
Yeah, quick backup, like you said, able to adjust, and MiiWii's got Cappy on now. Maybe putting on that gamer cap a little bit. Try to re-engage into this race. 2 minutes behind it. Mitch, unfortunately, not able to get to that second level to where the nut is. Going to be setting up for the nut clip here. Going for a second try. The clip looks good.
It looks a little bit sketch, but we might be going through. Yeah, okay, we're fine. Taking a little extra second there just to make sure that he's got himself going through and grabbing that moon in the out of bounds section.
Triple jump over to this moon in the nut. MiiWii maybe making his way over to the waterfall. Gets the triple jump. Much cleaner than Mitch there through that section.
Yeah, a little bit cleaner than Mitch there. Didn't look like he got the camera manip to get the uproot to spawn as quickly as he wanted, but that's okay. Making his way through now. Mitch, meanwhile, coming out of the red maze with that roll cancel, very, very spicy roll cancel jump. Flying through the stage. So interesting to see that both of these guys are doing the tree route here. The tree route optimally saves probably about 2 seconds. Oh no, and MiiWii knows that he's missed the nut clip there. It's a little bit of a reaction coming from MiiWii there. But he's going to have to go and do the old wooded route to kind of back this up. Not going to be trying for any sort of rock clip shenanigans. So,
yeah, a little unfortunate. You could definitely see the frustration on his face, but he can recover this. He can bring it back. Just gonna have to grab a couple extra moons, and not able to grab as quickly as he wanted to there. Mitch will be finishing up Wooded here in just a moment.
He's coming out of this tower here. Just has 1 moon to grab from the top of the tower and going to be exiting this room. And, you know, I always kind of like, there are splits that you obviously pay attention to as a runner. At the end of every kingdom, you're kind of looking at what your pace is like. But as a runner, I can kind of confirm that there are other places in the run that I kind of know my pace off the back of my hand kind of thing. One of those paces for me is that tower. And him coming out of that tower sub 17 is still extremely good pace, still very likely sub-hour pace, as long as he's able to keep this going, keep it up. So this is good stuff from Mitch.
So far, it's like that Mitch has come fully locked and loaded, you know, really prepared. Other than the small mistake, early, nothing really to speak of.
Certainly. Keeping it clean all the way through this pipeway room, too. And so, yeah, MiiWii missing the nut clip means that he has to go for this old school story moon route. So he's going to not only be getting this story moon here, but he's also going to be fighting Spewart. But already, Mitch, we're only about 18 to 20 minutes in, and that's all it takes for Mitch to have this commanding lead. Probably looking at about 1.5 minutes of difference already.
Coming out of lake. Oh, little bonk there for MiiWii as he kind of interesting series of events there. For MiiWii, It's a little bit of mishaps left and right. Nothing really too tragic, but just kind of weird movement. Not going his way. And Mitch will be taking on Bowser for the first time. As MiiWii enters this Speedrun fight.
Mitch setting himself up for the Cloud Hintart strategy here. Getting the bound on Luigi just fine, which is excellent stuff. He's going to have to do a triple jump over to this cap and nails it. So this actually is going to save him probably about a second in Metro Kingdom later on, just from not having to worry about grabbing a Hintart. And essentially time lossless, this strategy. So yeah, excellent stuff from Mitch. Kind of flashing it, showing it off a little bit.
Yeah, really nice Bowser fight. More of that bruh button for MiiWii. Not at all happy with that wooded, obviously. Now we are into Lost. This kingdom, you gotta be a little bit careful. Not a whole lot of area to work with, and there's poison everywhere, and that's an instant death.
Yep. It certainly is, and, you know, these runners have gotten lost down to a science at this point. You don't really see them make mistakes, but when the mistakes happen, they are extremely costly.
Doing a good job so far here. Not messing up the movement over that tree. That one can be tricky sometimes. I've seen runners take a bonk on that tree branch. All going to come down to these last couple of moons. Trying to get this torpedo to go over there. Got it. Just fine.
Now initiating this triple jump across the cage, making it look easy.
Wow.
With that roll cancel throw into the torpedo as well. This is why Mitch is one of the best. He's fearless. He's got the strats on lock and just kind of unleashes them all.
Man, you can see it on his face. That was a very good Lost. He's got to be excited about that one.
And as Mitch comes out of Lost Kingdom, MiiWii actually just finishing up Cloud. And a good Lost Kingdom is somewhere in the ballpark of like 2 minutes and 10 seconds. So that is about how much of a lead Mitch already has in the first 20 minutes of this run. And now a little refresher for you guys in the chat. Unfamiliar with the way that the point system works? The points are divvied out based on the difference between the two runners' times. The winner will get 60 points automatically. Another 30 points goes to the loser, and for every 10 seconds that ticks by, one of those points goes over to the winner instead. So a total of 90 points is possible for a winner if they win by 5 minutes, and the loser would get nothing in that situation. But also, the loser could come away with exactly 30 points if they are within 10 seconds of the winner at the end. So still potential to kind of make up some ground for yourself, even if you aren't able to take away the win.
Yeah, and it's nice because, you know, it doesn't take you out of the tournament completely. It doesn't come down to wins and losses. It's all about those points.
Exactly.
Mitch heading into the inside of this skyscraper now. Oh, Goomba! Goomba heck! And we get it.
He's done it. Just got to execute the movement to get up onto the pillar and save that second, and he's done it. MiiWii, meanwhile, almost took a dive directly off of the platform there, but he was able to save himself, come on back, and he's going to go for this cage triple as well. Getting the dive on just fine, and he's actually going to nail it.
Oh no, unfortunately, MiiWii just diving just underneath that moon there. Like we said before, you know, this kingdom's tough because, you know, as much as these guys have it down to a science, there's still any slight mistake, it's pretty much an automatic death.
And in this kingdom, it sends you back to the Odyssey. We don't collect any checkpoints. MiiWii, I'm not sure exactly what he was attempting there. Probably the best idea would have been just to take the Death Orb, but he's finally at the Odyssey, and he's on his way into Metro Kingdom now. Mitch, meanwhile, initiating this second phase, hopefully the final phase of this Robo-Wiggler fight here. The pattern he's getting, not the greatest, kind of going across the top, means that you have to time your shots a little bit more precisely. But he is going to be able to get that second cycle.
Yeah, maybe missing 1 or 2 shots, but nothing too terrible. Definitely happy to get out of that fight. Oh, MiiWii starting off with a bonk.
But making it up to the pylon just fine. Not going to be falling down anywhere here, so that's good. Making his way through the Metro Kingdom. Mitch's Mecha Wiggler exit there was 25-13, which means he's still on pretty solid, pretty comfy sub-hour pace.
I'll work on this dream to start off. Metro. Daytime. I'm gonna hop on this scooter. You get to see exactly how they get that done. You know, they always say, you know, you just flip it upside down, but you get to see just how exaggerated they flip that controller upside down to get that moon.
Yeah, it's a fun one to watch. There was a race between Fur underscore and Nicrovita at what is it? The it was GSA, or no, GDQX was the event, and they did a race. And you see Fur, he's got the Joy-Cons, and he's using the Joy-Cons, and he kind of like does this air guitar pattern to make that happen. It's just like, it's very strange to see how the runners kind of react to it. And a lot of these guys will do the kind of hand-over-hand idea that you saw Mitch do, where he's like flipping his controller sideways. Really, all it has to do is come upside down, so you can actually just kind of flip it towards yourself. But yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch these runners kind of mess about their controller.
MiiWii struggling a little bit with the inside of the skyscraper. Getting Goomba heck, but then kind of bobbling around, trying to make his way up to that chest moon. And Mitch heading on over to Bullet Building. This one's all about staying on a cycle. Really important that you maintain your position, you know where you're at. We've seen guys struggle with this area.
Mitch making quick work of the room, though. No problems getting to that bullet bill in time. And honestly, just making real quick work of this entire game. Not just this kingdom, but this entire game. And like I said, still on very comfy sub-hour pace at this point.
I mean, he just continues to be on a roll. I mean, other than a few minor mistakes here and there, he had the one mistake in Wooded. But really, that's it. Nothing else really to speak of.
The movement is just real clean, real crisp, and not really giving MiiWii any sort of wiggle room at all.
And just like that, he's almost done with Metro. Just 4 more moons to go, 3 more now. MiiWii just finishing up the Mecha Wiggler fight. Oh, MiiWii's out of his chair. Not really sure what he's doing there.
I think he's posing on us. MiiWii's got all the plays.
You know, it's good to see that even though he's not playing too great, he's still having fun with the game.
Certainly. I suppose that's what it's all about at the end of the day.
I think that's one of the things we forget sometimes. You know, as much as this is competitive. Ooh, Mitch with a little bonk there on the awning here in the people's room. As much as, you know, this is competitive, this is still a game, and, you know, you're supposed to still have fun with it. So good to see, you know, a character like MiiWii showing off, you know, this is supposed to be fun.
Maybe it didn't look like he got that scoot clip on the first try there. Had to go for a backup. But yeah, seeing his hands turn over there, it's kind of funny to watch all of the runners kind of flip their hands like right in front of the camera as well. So you get like the full view. But Mitch actually going to be squeaking by with a 29-29 coming out of Metro Kingdom. So yes, very, very comfy sub-hour pace still by Mitch, which is just absolutely phenomenal stuff.
Couple more minor movement problems here on MiiWii's side. He's taking a bonk there inside that crate. Mitch is going to be heading on over. Talk to Toad real quick.
MiiWii not going for the bullet building strategies here. Talking to the musicians.
Yeah, maybe just not confident in that bullet building. Again, it's all about that cycle, and if you miss it, the backup is kind of wonky, and we've seen runners just, the runs fall apart there.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to put that on the line if you're not comfortable with doing it. So, definitely respectable. Only about 3 seconds to be saved doing the bullet building route, so... MiiWii definitely posing, definitely flexing on the chat now.
he's just having fun with it, and, you know, I like that.
Yeah, definitely having a real good time with it all.
Mitch not getting that backwards clip there. Doesn't lose any time, really. Maybe a second. Time save if you get it.
Yeah, didn't really look like he attempted to go for the clip at all. Maybe just not willing to risk it.
Oh man, really nice job with that. You want to leave one of those spiky boys up there, just makes grabbing the moon a little bit quicker.
Yeah, all has to do with camera panning. MiiWii here still holding his own, making his way through Metro. He's only got 2 moons left to go. They're going to be in this crowd room here, taking a bonk on the door frame. Yeah, that's, you can tell by the look on his face how he feels about that. But yeah, Mitch just making quick work still. It's, you know, this is the kind of play that makes commentating super easy. You know, commentators are going to point out the things that maybe went wrong because, you know, we kind of have to just mention where the time might be going. But there's nothing to say. Mitch is just kind of dominating this game, and he's got it on lock.
Well, it seems to be a lot of the times once you see a runner get into a groove, they stay in that groove. Oh, MiiWii's up again. He's posing again. But once a runner gets into a groove, it seems that they're able to stay on that groove for the rest of the run, unless something happens somewhere along the way, which nothing has so far. Nothing's gonna stop that guy.
Maybe this, though. He's going into the Snowdram trick. So getting up on top of the Odyssey here. Setupless Snowdram here. No need to go into first person, but he's going to take the bonk as a result. A little bit too much confidence going into that trick. Very, very close stuff for Mitch, though. Good try. Good try. Let's see if he tries to go for it again. He is going to go into first person for the little setup there. And he's going to be landing the jump this time, so... Good to see that these guys are still within the same kingdom, so MiiWii still got a fighting chance here. But, yeah, Mitch just leaving, MiiWii on his way in. So we're looking at probably about 3 minutes of difference here between the two. Mitch throwing out a dab. We got both runners live on camera doing the dabs now. The memes know no bounds.
Well, kind of a bummer, you know, it's such a flawless run up to this point, missing that snow dram, you know, but he was able to recover it. He was able to just say, okay, collect myself back together and reset up for it. MiiWii going for this clip. He gets it.
Yep, nailing the clip saves about a second, so, you know, making at least that much over Mitch, but then a little bit of scuffed movement going up to this archway. He's going to play it safe. Probably the smart thing to do. It can be very tempting to try and, like, if you miss that triple jump, if you miss that setup, it can be very tempting to try and go for something else, some sort of maneuver to try and get back up on top of that arch, but it's basically out of your control. So you might as well just try and do some sort of fast and safe backup like MiiWii did there.
Well, Mitch into Seaside now, going to be picking up a cheap sheep, pretty much going to hold on to him for the rest of the kingdom. Important clip coming up here in Seaside. Pretty simple based off of what I've heard. Haven't been able to do it myself yet, but just this real quick clip out of bounds, which allows you to grab 2 moons pretty freely, as long as you don't clip back in.
Yeah, the hardest part of the clip is not the clip itself, but probably just staying out of bounds for long enough, because you have to use the fish's like homing attack, I suppose, or the motion control attack. It's the only way that you can grab the moon while staying out of bounds. So if you kind of misplace your momentum a little bit, it can be pretty easy to slip back in. So Mitch is going to be the first to approach this here on your left screen. Setting up the fish in the way that the clip is going to work here. And out of bounds. And it's this moon here that can kind of trip you up. If you come in at a weird angle, sometimes you can come back inbounds. This one looks okay, though. And he's going to be on his way into the Sphinx room.
Another really, really nice kingdom there. Seaside getting done pretty easily. No mistakes at all to speak of, really.
And MiiWii, Snowdram, very successful attempt there. So actually going to be making up some time on Mitch.
37, what, 40, 30, or 37, 36 out of Seaside for Mitch.
Yep, he's looking pretty cozy. This pace, if he plays very, very well to the end, he could still clutch out a sub-hour time here. Which is amazing to think that we've come to a point where missing Snowdram does not necessarily signal your attempts at the sub-hour are gone. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty incredible how far this run is still coming to this day.
Well, it's just insane, like the optimizations that have come about, and I mean, obviously the biggest thing is 1.3, and I mean you can speak to it a little bit more than I can, but it coming out, you know, as pace is going on, that absolutely made things epic. And Mitch Making a little mistake there, getting a booty burn. Fortunately able to recover that, though. Losing about 3 or 4 seconds. Maybe taking on Spewart here.
So maybe Commentators' curse coming in a little bit strong here. Did say that sub hour was probably still barely possible. But, you know, here we are. The possibility is still here for a very good time, at least. A very low 100 anyways.
They gotta have a good luncheon now. Tough thing about luncheon, just the maneuvering and some of the spots here are just big enough for Mario to land on. Otherwise, we're getting a booty burn.
Yeah, and the geometry in this kingdom is especially frustrating. None of it really makes sense. You kind of learn what is floor and what is wall, but when you first run this kingdom, when you first start to learn it, it is not entirely well known exactly. So this particular section coming up is a really good example of that. Mitch going for a signature strategy here, going over the top of the wall rather than taking the fork capture, which optimally saves probably about half a second if you can get that movement down.
MiiWii getting close to his seaside flip here. Mitch picking up that golden turn up. Pretty simple moon.
Getting the optimal bonk there. We've seen Mitch go for a different strategy. You can also try and grab that moon from the top as opposed to the bottom, and right out of the moon animation you can kind of try and throw Cappy and make your way through. A little bit faster to do it that way, but also it doesn't always work out the way that you want it to. You kind of require an up warp, which requires precise timing. So just going for that optimal bonk on the underneath part of that pot instead.
The dab there from MiiWii as he finishes up seaside. Mitch doing a nice job here with the forks. Just gotta get over this fence. Nice.
MiiWii real flexing on the chat now. Every single kingdom he's got his pose.
Wow. Really nice on the wall there with Mitch.
And he's so cool, so calm as he does it all. Not getting his quite as fast a capture on that pan bro as he probably wants, but he's throwing pans wildly. He's got the switch pulled on his way. MiiWii, meanwhile, gonna be joining Mitch in this kingdom, getting that salt pile triple just fine. But Mitch is only a handful of moons away from leaving this kingdom. MiiWii still got the entirety of it to do.
Yeah, Luncheon especially is a relatively long kingdom, so we're looking at missing the Podobo on the first throw.
Yeah, not the worst thing in the world. Just has to wait for another one to come about. But yeah, making it look easy, making it look slick. Didn't even flinch when he didn't quite get that spin pound moon on the back of the mountain there. Just went for the backup and was just fine. MiiWii chucking Cappy relentlessly off the camera. I can't believe we're watching Monitor abuse live on stream.
Yeah, I definitely have to bring up the Cap Kingdom Court regarding that one. But Mitch, I mean, other than the few mistakes here, still on very, very nice pace. Going to be heading out of Luncheon just under 44 minutes.
Yep, despite those small mistakes, you know, only losing a handful of seconds. And probably not going to be on sub-hour pace now, but still the possibility to come in with a very low 100 time. MiiWii leaving that golden turnip behind. Thought he didn't need it or something, but he's gonna be making up his mind. He's gonna go back. He's gonna grab it. Gonna get the moon. Meanwhile, Mitch in Ruined Kingdom. And you know, probably the most exciting kingdom in the whole run, in my opinion.
Yeah, just gotta avoid these roto discs, sort of, and take out this dragon. Mitch on his phone while he's running around. Not too worried.
Just showing how free this boss actually is.
Mitch taking care of these forks. Or MiiWii's taking care of these forks now.
Gotta let his mom know that he's gonna be home for dinner in time. What better time to do that than in Ruined Kingdom?
Yeah, just text him, mom, hey, give me 15 more minutes, I'll be done. Oh no, MiiWii taking a death.
Yeah, taking it pretty hard. But he's still got a smile on his face, you know? You gotta respect that. And the last phase of the Wiggler fight, or sorry, not the Wiggler fight, this is the dragon in Ruined. Finishing it up. Getting some strange pulls from the swords in his head. Mitch doesn't even care. He's got text messages to do.
Yeah, MiiWii getting close to finishing up luncheon. We'll be heading over into Ruined as well. Oh, MiiWii's got the Golf Clash out now.
Shoutouts to Golf Clash.
Oh yeah, speaking of Onyx, exclamation point Onyx in chat if you've got it. If you get 500 points, you get a free sub to any Twitch stream that you would like. We would love it if you use that extra sub on us here at GSA. We would really love the support.
And Mitch, done with Ruined Kingdom now. Text message time is over. And it's time for him to get into Bowser's. Put on his gamer goggles. This is where things get rough. MiiWii, meanwhile, grabbing this multi-moon in Luncheon Kingdom. Still has the entirety of Luncheon Kingdom to go. Or not Luncheon, sorry. Ruined Kingdom to go. He's got to take care of that dragon. Smashing that bra button as well.
Really nice movement to start. Mitch. Nice dives there. Real quick there. And the dabs on MiiWii's side as he finishes up Luncheon. Very excited.
Can you blame him? Luncheon is not an easy kingdom. Getting out of there is dab worthy.
He's still laughing. He's still having a good. I mean, he's got to be close to 5 minutes behind now, but he's still having a good time. Love to see that. Charge now on Mitch's side. Nice thing about Cappy is that he hones in on those shards.
Yep, and there's not a whole lot around in this kingdom to kind of get in your way to the Cappy would want to go and home in on instead. There's a lot of other instances in the run where if your throw isn't really accurate, Cappy will sometimes just go for something else, something that you don't want Cappy to go for, like coins, which can be very frustrating, but thankfully not a whole lot of obstacles to really speak of in that shards portion. So sometimes the fourth shard tends to give you a little bit of frustration because there are actually some coins next to it, and sometimes you can get the coins and not the shard, but it's a pretty rare instance. Mitch making very easy work of that shards, and he's still going. Getting that Bowser Dram by the looks of it.
Now here's the question. Harriet first or Chopper first?
Harriet first all the way. But Mitch has actually shown us up.
Oh!
We just got jebaited.
You got hard jebaited.
Thought we was going for the topper first. He goes over to the Harriet. He's picking the right play. Giving us all a spook. Playing with our hearts. And as Harriet falls, the dragon falls on MiiWii's screen. MiiWii going to be grabbing this multi-moon on the way to Bowser's Kingdom. And Mitch with the commanding lead here, so if he's a full brutal split ahead, we're looking at something like 4 minutes of difference here. Very possible that Mitch can come away with the shutout if he continues to play well. And I believe that would be the first one of the regular season.
Yeah, everyone's got points up to this point.
MiiWii showing us his Wii remote. Because why not? Doing a little room tour, maybe, by the looks of it. I'm a big fan of the Super Mario Odyssey poster in the background. It's a good touch.
Yeah, it definitely shows commitment to the game. Mitch, in behind this little fence here. A couple wooden boxes I guess to break.
And making quick work. And he's just got the wall, and then the Mecha Brutal to go here.
Yeah, nice movement with the Pokio.
MiiWii going for that stylish capture warp strategy, so he won't be going for the box moon later on. Going to be doing the Pokio Dram strategy instead. They're roughly the same in time, so it really is just a matter of personal preference which one you want to go for. A lot of runners just have it kind of in their mind set to do the box one, and that's why they haven't switched. But I would argue that the Pokio capture strategy is faster. Or not faster, but easier to make consistent anyways.
Oh, Mitch working on target acquired. 2 more ground pounds to go.
Spin pound on Harriet. Getting back on top of the mech. Lining himself up here. Dives look good. Oh, but he's actually going to miss the ground pound there. Not sure if it was because he didn't get his spin pound out or if it just got stolen from him or something like that, but unfortunate circumstance for Mitch here. He's going to have to recapture this Pokio, make his way back up. You know, still holding on to that really, really solid lead. but maybe giving MiiWii the opportunity to steal some points back.
Yeah, 15-20 second loss there. Just from falling off. That's a little bit more difficult than people realize sometimes. Mitch checks him off saying, I didn't get target acquired.
I messed up target acquired. My day's ruined.
Done.
At least I got the win, though.
I'm quitting SMO.
Well, he's still going to be globing here at 54-40 by the looks of it. Maybe like 41 or 42. And if your Moon Kingdom is just over 5 minutes, we are definitely looking at something that is going to be not a sub-hour, unfortunately. But the pace still looks to be a 1002x, maybe a 1003x if things go completely wrong.
Well, MiiWii, a Topper First fan, takes care of him. So we are seeing the different philosophies at work.
Yeah, unfortunate choice for MiiWii, throwing the race so soon to a Topper First decision. Now, it's interesting. Do we have any stats on picking Topper First versus Harriet First and who wins in the races?
I don't think we do. That'd be a nice stat to have, though.
I think so. If we're having ourselves a little Europe versus North America match, we might as well do a Topper versus Harriet match as well.
Gonna have to go back in the archives for that one. Mitch making his way across the moon here. Gonna be picking up a couple flowers here. Boost himself across this cavern. Nice job with the vector.
Running in, throwing Cappy just to kind of position himself on the wall. He's actually going to be attempting this setup here. Oh, but taking a dive and saving himself
right foot!
on the very edge of that platform. That would have been extremely costly if he had not gotten that. He would have fallen down all the way and gone back to the Odyssey. So that is a ridiculous save. You can tell by the look on Mitch's face what is going through his head after that one.
I mean, that was just, the tippy toe hanging on the left foot.
Yep. Mitch's left toenail keeping him alive. Into the Bowser fight now. So really, as long as Mitch holds on, as long as he keeps it steady and he doesn't make any mistakes, mistakes are very costly in Moon Kingdom. They'll lose you minutes. But as long as he plays it cool, he's got this in the bag. He's got this win on lock. MiiWii now approaching the Robo Brutal, doing the climb for himself. Gonna be taking it nice and steady. He's got it in the bag, setting up for the Topper hit. He's gonna be getting it just fine. Setting himself up for the second kind of phase of this fight. The second two bubbles. Just gotta wait out this invulnerability phase.
One more good ground pound and he gets it.
Target acquired from MiiWii.
Yeah. And Mitch. Need a couple more hits here on Bowser before finishing it up here. We are into the end for Mitch. MiiWii's gonna make his way onto the moon. As you said before, moon should take about 5 minutes, so you're looking at a high 103, 104 finish. Still within that 5-minute mark if Mitch finishes around that 100. Definitely some points to grab for MiiWii.
Yep, it's going to be coming in pretty darn close. As Mitch is entering this pillar room is about when the moon split is going to start for MiiWii. MiiWii running around his bedroom. I'm not sure exactly what's happening here. Seems a little bit lost.
He just kind of needing to stand up, get himself collected.
Oh, there we go.
We are Luigi now. Not really sure what's happening right now, but
Luigi coming in for the clutch finish on MiiWii's side. Step aside, MiiWii. I know how to play Super Mario Odyssey, says Luigi.
MiiWii, more like Luigi.
Ooh, there you go.
There.
Mitch, meanwhile, clutching out this victory here and swiping away at this final block. And the time that he's coming in is actually insane. We're looking at a 1:00, probably 36. And considering that there was a Snowdram fail in this run, you know, the length that these runners have come to now is just absolutely insane. GG's to Mitch for the victory here, and all eyes on MiiWii now to essentially see how many points he's going to be able to scrape out of this particular race. And Mooncave Skip looking to be all right.
Yeah, just as a reminder, you know, MiiWii, if he can finish this up in under 4 minutes, really now, he still has points that he's able to grab, which is really important. You know, I mean, this season's all about points, as we said earlier. It's not necessarily about wins and losses per se.
The wins obviously help. A guaranteed 60 points coming your way for winning the match. But yeah, as far as it's concerned for losses, you want to try and squeak in as close to your opponent as you possibly can to get as many points out of that loss as you can.
All right, MiiWii just needing one more.
And Mitch actually going back to the beginning of the game. Looks like he's raring to start up. Let's see maybe if he can finish Cap Kingdom in the time it takes MiiWii to get to the end of the game.
I get a little practice in. MiiWii getting the final punches there on Bowser.
Now, this capture on Bowser here, it's about 2 minutes to the end of the game. So, MiiWii coming in at 103.02, meaning that we can kind of expect to get a 105, a low 105 with this run. So, still some points to be able to be collected here. If he's lucky, we could probably scrape by with about 3 or 4.
He is committed with that Luigi mask.
It must be hard to play in that thing.
I mean, I saw a comment earlier. I got asked the same question. Can he see well with that mask on?
Yeah, MiiWii actually has a bit of a reputation for the masks. He did an All Moons run completely in a Donkey Kong mask once, Oh, an XD skip for the fans. Why not?
What a legend.
And so Mitch is actually going to be able to get out of Cap Kingdom for a second time here. Luigi dabbing live on stream. You don't see that every day.
Luigi dabs confirmed. Just need to finish up pillars. Looks like he got... Oh, just missing one fireball on that early pillar.
MiiWii throwing fireballs all over the place. He actually did land those 2 hits on the far pillar. Not sure if that's going to save him a whole lot of time, though. And just finishing up here. Oh, and he's getting kind of jebaited. Some of those fireballs getting eaten by the falling rocks. But it does look like he will not get shut out today. Coming in just in time. Mitch showing off some strats here, some minimum capture strats as we shoot out of the wire. Luigi staring us dead in the face as the timer ticks over. 105-13.
Yeah, we'll be grabbing some points there, fortunately, but as we said before, this was recorded, so unfortunately we will not be able to get any interviews in. We do have a race coming up in a couple minutes here. I'm pretty sure the 2 of us will be, both of us will be back at it. Low Curbs in Tyron 18 at 5:15, so just give us about 8 to 10 minutes, and we'll come back at you with some more Super Mario Odyssey action. This one will be a live one.
This one will be a live one, so the potential for some commentary and some interviews afterwards is going to be there, and of course the tensions are high in a live scenario. So stay tuned, chat. We will be back after a short intermission. Don't go anywhere.